Brian Ritsuno here. Today, I want to share with you the importance of choosing your own path. This is easier to said than done. Just because uh, forging your own path is something that you have to take full responsibility for our own uh, life. You can't blame anybody, and you have to choose, or you got to make a good decision, or one of the best decisions in a critical times. Otherwise, uh, just because you are going on your own path, that doesn't guarantee that you're going to be anything successful. So there are significant risks. If somebody still hasn't developed this good sense of judgment, it might be better to uh, follow somebody else's path, like uh, the recommendation that the other, like whoever knows better, just trust that person and learn. Just like you're still apprentice, learning from the masters. Before you uh, forge your own path, you have to be a great student first. But then, once you have certain ability to think rationally, and then know how to gather evidence and then the basic ingredient, no matter how much mistakes you're gonna get, it is far better to choose your path. It is to avoid, in a sense, regret. Because if you just follow along somebody else's path, you always think, okay, what could have done or would have done, even though you became fairly successful, because you didn't take real initiative to decide for yourself. For me, it's you know, the from the family background, I didn't really notice that what I wanted to be when I was younger wasn't really necessarily what I wanted. I believed that the what I wanted, but then it wasn't really the case. And it took me a while to actually realize that. And it's just because even though, like, let's say you're going towards your own path, like whatever the aspiration or like interest you follow through, but then oftentimes these type of things are influenced by somebody, right? So it's not really necessarily all on our own decisions. Humans are always social creatures and get influenced, and then eh, and we influence somebody. So it's back and forth. So it's really difficult to delineate how much is your own path. But for my case, like after a while, I realized that my talent or passion is completely deviating from what I am trying to go for when I'm following my path. Not following my path, like following somebody else's path. For my case, my parents' path. And the more I going towards that path, I felt that my talent or ability were neglected and then dying, because clearly whatever I'm somebody else is telling me to do, just for their ideas would not match what I'm actually really good at. So there is a clear divergence for my case. Sometimes, luckily, some parents actually adjust when the kids are young. Like they see the children and they adjust their life paths according to their abilities. But those are extremely rare case. So most of you would not have that chance. So eventually you might realize, okay, I'm really trying my best to whatever the direction I'm going to, but the result or this is not something that I'm really good at. Then probably you might want to think about is you're not going on your genuine, authentic path. Now, okay, so let's say you realize that the path that you're taking is not yours. Like you're just going through others. By changing it, would that make it better? The difficulty is if you, the later you realize this type of things, it gets actually more difficult to change, just because you have developed a lot of, in a sense, the habit that not quite aligned to your path already. In a sense, for it might be a really good habit, but it's for your own path. Good habit for whatever the other people pave your way, but then for your forging your path, it's just not good. There's a lot of different cases, but you can figure it out, right? Like let's say if you're creative, but then when your parents is direction that they want you to go was more like requires organization, then that ability quite diverge. Okay, organization versus creativity, but it's not all bad, even though you're creative, you have to have some sort of like organization, but because otherwise it's going to be too chaotic. So it's a little bit of balance, but then if you have been trained in a certain direction where it's really contradictory to your nature, then that habit is deeply ingrained already, and then your talent might be really quite suppressed, and it's very difficult to in a sense revive. So it's crucial, once you set on your path, take your time, and it's some. You might think, okay, now I know what I'm, let's say, good at, my talent, and so forth. So let's just kind of switch in and go. Just kind of like learning language, so to speak. When you pass certain age, it gets harder. It's not impossible. Let's say to learn new language, and especially if you're really talented, you might be like, it depends on the speed. But the most of the case, even though you're really talented, but then when you start late, it's going to be extra hard. So you have to kind of adjust it, right, and adjust the expectations, and then since you have lost the development that you could have done when you were younger, you might need to actually incorporate whatever you've been doing into what you do to supplement that lack of development, means or the possibility that it's going to be full. So it's going to be a little bit complicated. this journey, but as long as having that right expectation, then you can effectively create your own path, and can do it's really much better. And as I said, like, it's not necessarily going forward with somebody else's path is bad. Especially, it depends on your temperament or your expectation in life. Not a lot of people are equipped or should actually go out there and just figure it out on your own, right? You have to have a certain type of temperament, and if you go your own path, it has a lot of pressure, accountability, and you can't blame anybody, right? I mean, every fault, every mistake you did, that's all on you. And since there is no predetermined path, you gotta figure out daily what you want to do. In a sense, you're a true leader of your destiny. Only if you wanted to do that, then it's really worth it. It just gives you the meaningfulness and the satisfaction. It's nothing to do with the title of the jobs or career or anything. It's just that you're doing something that only you could do. So is it like kind of being like a self-made, right? It is like a self-made, but then it's a slightly different than self-made. Self-made is you can actually follow somebody else's path, but then if you work hard and you struggle, do your as much as you can, you're still a self-made. But then forging your path is really you got to go deeper. Means just find really authentic self, your talent and your abilities, and your authenticity to find or if you can find something out there, you gotta create. So there involve more of the creativity to your life. But all these things, at the end of the day, does it really worth it? For me, it worth going towards that direction. It's been challenging, but then this challenge itself is fulfilling. As long as you have this set of mindset where you wanted to be held accountable to everything you do. I'm not saying not getting any help. It's nothing to do with it, right? You need help. You need ask of help or interact with other people and collaborate or have an alliance and so forth. But then what I'm trying to say is, all said and done, this is the path that you will never going to have regret if you forge your own path. Thank you for watching. Please share your ideas in the comment section below to help each other, and hit like and the subscribe buttons so you get notified of the next video. See you next time.